Timeout.
Hello and welcome to Timeout. We're going to be a little bit more brief this week as the basketball season is really getting into full swing, but we wanted to remind you that we're here, and we wanted to remind you that there are 2 undefeated teams in the area. Actually, there's 31 area teams that are above 500. Can't concentrate on all those, so we're going to stick with the unbeaten teams right now, starting with Ponca. Ponca is 12-0 on the season, and a big reason why Ponca is 12-0 on the season is because they are a very balanced team. Their entire starting lineup, Logan Kingsbury, Carter Kingsbury, Max Mason, Dalton Tremaine, Connor Day, any one of those can go for 20 points any given night. Ponca has gotten 20 points from a lot of them so far this year. They're coming off a big holiday tournament win, winning the shootout on the Elkhorn Championship for the first time since Winnebago had won 5 in a row. And how they did this, Logan Kingsbury, 2.2 seconds left, lifts them to the 2-point win over Winnebago in the championship game with the little scoop shot. Logan Kingsbury, an all-state performer last year, probably going to be at that level again this year. Barely averaging double-figure scoring, but he does so much for the Indians that scoring isn't necessarily what you look for from Logan Kingsbury. He can assist the ball, he can rebound the ball, he can block shots, he can get steals, and he is a very vocal leader, experienced leader for the Indians. Undefeated right now for the defending Class C2 state champions. Expect this trend to continue as Ponca looks like they are the best team in Class C2 again this year. Winnebago could be one of the best teams in Class C1 this year. Their only loss, of course, to Ponca. But the Indians are still trying to build their identity without David Winget. I mean, you have a 6'7" guy who can do everything for 4 years. It takes a little bit of adjusting, and so far, Winnebago's adjustment period has been pretty good. 1 loss on the year. They're at 9-1. Another team in Class C1, though, that hasn't lost a game, that is ONeill. The Eagles are at 9-0 in this point of the year, and the biggest reason for that is Justin Appleby, and that's a happy story. You should be smiling if you can see what Justin Appleby has done this year. If you remember going back to the football season, he was injured in the second game, lost most of his season, unable to play. He had a torn PCL in his knee, decided not to get surgery, instead to just rehab for basketball, going to get that fixed after the season, and so far so good for Appleby. 21.8 points per game for the unbeaten Eagles. In addition to that, he is averaging 6.8 rebounds, 4.2 assists, but really for ONeill, it's a 3-headed monster. Joining Appleby, Alex Tramer, he's averaging a double-double so far for the Eagles, 14.8 points, 12 rebounds. Wyatt Lever is averaging 11.2 points, and the kid can get up. Big win recently for ONeill. In addition to Boone Central Newman Grove this past Friday, they beat West Holt to win the Stanton Holiday Tournament Championship. West Holt, that's their only loss on the year. They're one of 2 Class D1 teams with 1 losses. The other one is Osmond, which is a big surprise. Osmond lost virtually everybody from last year's team, but the Tigers don't care. They're 9-1 on the year, and they're looking strong. They just won the post-holiday tournament championship by defeating Wausau. Like I said, there's 31 teams right now in the area that have winning records, so 31 teams legitimately think this is going to be a good year for them. That's going to get whittled down as the season goes on. We're going to focus more on those D1 teams next week. We're also going to focus on a couple of the other teams that have winning records that might be a little under the radar. Until then, I am Tom Behmer for Timeout.